foremost, as always, I'd like to start off giving all honor and glory, infinite praise and worship to our power, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA, HAQADASH. Double honors to our apostles, our elders, and bishops of Great Millstone, who rule well, who teach well in sound doctrine, and strong shalom to the hopeful elect. 144,000 and the rest of the large multitude of men, women, and children of the Lord have mercy on these perilous times that we're currently living in, and we are in fact living in some perilous times. All right, it's your brother HAQADASH representing Jim as a branch here in Cleveland, Lord willing, to bring out a edifying lesson through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. All right, just another spiritual breakfast episode number 55. You know what I'm saying? What better way to break our fast from sleep, all right, to start our day, than to get the meal of the Lord. So Lord willing is edifying, just a quick in transit. He that endure unto the end, the same should be saved. It's the title that the Spirit gave me for this meal. And it comes from Matthew 24 and verse 13. And the reason why the Lord make such a statement is because the time we about to get ready to come into, like, right, why would the Lord have to make such a statement? You know what I'm saying? You had Nate from the IUIC teaching that we're going to just skate into the kingdom of heaven, you know. But what precious, what element on the earth that's really top elements on the earth have you ever seen not go through a process of proving, okay, roughness, shaking, and so forth? When have you ever seen such a thing? You've never seen that, because the most precious elements on the earth went through a purification process. You know, went through a purification process, and we just rolling in the spirit. Went through a purification process, and what the purification process does is waiting for my phone to turn on. Bear with me, because it's a purification process, and that's what we're going through. And we're approaching the final state, or the final cycle of that purification process. You know, which is just trouble, right? Which includes the hour in temptation. Okay, where the whole world is tried and tempted. Okay, that's the great separation, the final separation. Because you're gonna have men that still is in this thing teaching and preaching up until those times, and that ain't until those times where those men are gonna be sifted out, and women. Okay, but what I was about to get. Oh, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna type in something real quick that just hit my spirit. Let me type in, how important is the purification process. Like it. Purification process. These people driving crazy, bro. Early in the morning. Important is the purification process, let's say, of gold. Let's see what it comes up. It says, this is AI overview. It says the purification. Get your ass out the street, man. The purification process of gold, known as refining, is extremely important, right? And the scriptures say the Lord will make us more precious than fine gold, right? This is how the Lord is making us more precious than fine gold. It says it is extremely, it says it's extremely important. You see? I didn't see that cop right there. It says it's extremely important because it significantly impacts the value, usability, and overall quality of the gold. So the Lord, it's important that we go through these phases, because why? Just like gold, it impacts our value, our usability, and overall quality. You know, so, and that's what the Lord is coming back. He's coming back for the first fruit. That's the best of the crop, the best of our nation. In order to be looked at as the best of our nation, when the Lord come back, it says Ecclesiastes 8, wisdom make a man face to shine. In order to, when the Lord come back, he's gonna, when you go to the grocery store, like, because aren't we preparing for a feast? A marriage is being prepared, okay? And a feast is getting ready to happen, a celebration. And the Lord don't want molded, rotten, crusty crops and fruit, all right, displayed or ate at his feast. You know, just like Eve is furnishing his table, the Lord is furnishing his table. YAHWASHI is furnishing his table as well, right? So he's coming back for the best fruit, the best kind of fruit of each one. All right, the best fruit. That's what you do in a grocery store. You're like, man, this shit got it's got dark spots, bruise marks. Hey, the Lord said, hey, we want to be found without spot or blemish, right? Without spot or blemish. When you look at fruit, got them dark brown spots and stuff. Yeah, we want to be ripe, ready for the plucking, because sometimes banana get them spots when they're, you know, ripe and certain fruit. But we want to be found without spot or blemish. We don't want to have a stain on our garment, and that makes us the best fruit, ready for the plucking. Okay, because regardless, the fruits are going to be plucked. Whether good or bad, it's just that the ones that we want to be kept, we want to be stored in the Lord's basket, which is the chariots. When he get ready to pluck his fruit for the for feast. So that's why this purging process is very, very important. It says extremely important. Okay, why? Because again, it impacts the value, usability, and overall quality. Okay. We got to go through this washing process so that we can make sure we don't have those spots on us when the Lord comes to grocery shop. You know, I don't know if the video in this area is kind of like wacky. Let me check the feed real quick. Bear with me, Salakia. You know, and that's what we want. The Lord wants to see the best. Okay, and he's coming for the best, the first fruit. All right, he's coming for the first fruit. So the Lord said, again, so let me get this. Like I said, he's making us more precious than fine gold. Regardless of regardless if you believe or not, regardless if you believe or not, there will be a Jacob's trouble. Okay? And let me get this. This is what I was about to get. The YAHWASHI. This is Wisdom of Solomon 3:1. But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of the Lord, and there should no torment touch them. In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, and the departure is taken for misery. And they're going from us to be utter destruction. But they are in peace. For though they be punished in the sight of men, yet is their hope full of immortality. That's the shit again. And having been a little chastised, they should be greatly rewarded. For the Most High proved them and found them worthy for himself. You see, he proved us. He's proving us so that we can be worthy for himself. That's why we got to go through this. Hey, he's the King of Kings. So we got to go through the greatest. We're King of Kings. He's the King of Kings. So we got to go through the greatest purification process. If he's the best that ever existed, we got to go through the finest purification process, if that makes sense. Right? He requires the best. You know, he requires the best. All right? And that's what we getting ready. That's what's getting ready to happen. The best getting ready. The best is getting ready to be gathered. All right. The best is getting ready to be gathered. It says, all right. It says, and for though they've been punished in the sight of men, yet is their hopeful immortality, and having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. For the Most High proved them and found them worthy for himself, as gold in the furnace have you tried, and received them as a burnt offering. You see, and it's almost time for the Lord to receive us. In the time of their visitation, they shall shine and run to us fro like sparks among the stubble. They shall judge the nations, have dominion over the people, and their Lord shall reign forever. Right? This is spiritual power. They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such are as be faithful in love shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is to his saints, and he have care for his elect. See? So the Lord has care for his elect, and he's coming to prove that. And he's gonna gather us. All right, he's the gatherer, right? He's responsible for gathering the nations, gathering the elect. He's the one that's gathering the crops. YAHWASHI. He's the reaper. He's the one with that sickle. Okay? That's why we're working. We're farmers. Okay? So a great persecution is coming. So he that endure to the end, the same shall be saved. Because it is a great persecution coming. Like I said, like we read this again. The purification process of gold, known as refining, is extremely important. So it's a necessary evil, if you will. Evil is a compound word. Evil meaning time, ill mean bad. It's a necessary bad time on the earth that's coming for the finalization, or the final purification of the elect. It has to happen. It has to happen. Again, like I said, men that's going to endure up until Jacob's trouble, that seems sincere now, but Jacob's trouble is needed to weed out the last ones that may look good from the eye. You go into the grocery store, you're like, man, this look good, but as soon as you get home, like, god damn, you open the fruit, it might even look good until you cut it. You cut it, you're like, god damn, this shit old. Like I had a watermelon the other day. I didn't know it was old, until I cut it open. It didn't look old from the outside, but when I cut it open, you could tell it was old. You're gonna have some men, because that's what's about to happen. This temptation, this our temptation, Jacob's trouble is gonna cut the remaining of these niggas who's pretending. It's gonna cut them open. Hey, it's a two-edged sword. This trouble that's coming is about to cut these men open and these women open that's still pretending. It's gonna cut them open, and it's gonna be revealed that they're old, that they're not fruit for the eating, they're not meat for the eating, if you will. It says it's extremely important because it significantly impacts the value, usability, and overall quality of the gold. And again, Lord say making this more precious than fine gold. So it's important that we go through this purging process. When you clean anything, you got to beat it. You got to beat upon it. In the ancient world, in order to clean garments, they would take it, dip it in the water, and they would hold both sides with two hands and beat it upon the rocks. Beat it against the rocks to get the dirt off. The more you beat it, the purer it becomes. The more you beat it, the finer it becomes. The more you beat it, the more cleaner. The cleaning. How you say it? The more clean it becomes. And that's what the Lord is doing to us. So Jacob's trouble is needed. Our temptation is needed for that finalization of that purification process. But they that put their trust in the Lord shall understand the truth. The truth, Isaiah 33:6, like we just read in Wisdom Solomon 3:9. Isaiah 33:6, the truth. Hey, the truth. St. John 7, St. John tell you that the truth will set you free, and it also say, what's that? St. John 7. Let me see. Is it 7:38? He that believeth on me, as the scripture has said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. Right? We're gonna live in these times. We're gonna be able to have understanding in these times because we believe on the Lord. The truth shall set us free. That's what set us free, so that we can think clearly in the darkest time. You want to be able to be mentally set free from Babylon, so your judgment is not clouded. All right, when in the most important time of our existence, which is Jacob's trouble. Right, to deliver us into the kingdom and transition us into the kingdom of YAHWASHI. That's why it's important for our minds to be free right now. It ain't just it's a training. We got to get trained up in certain things in the spirit. You know what I'm saying? And Isaiah 33:6, knowledge and wisdom should be the stability of our time. Right? That's going to be the stability of our time, the knowledge, wisdom, understanding, because we put our trust in the Lord, and therefore we should understand the truth, which set us free and which is going to give us stability when the times are the most shakiest in our existence, as in this flesh, man. Okay, so I'm gonna get the closing scripture that's like, again, that the title consists of Matthew 24:13. It says, "He that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved." All right, so it's important to endure your call, and you get that word endure and I add some online. This is the word endure. Damn, come on now. All right, this is the word endure. It says to undergo or suffer. To undergo or suffer, and we must undergo persecution. We must suffer wrongfully, especially without breaking. We're gonna bend, but it's important that we don't break. Make harden, and the Lord has hardened our hearts against Babylon, against our families, against friends, against the Babylonians, against the system and society, because it's against the truth, it's against righteousness. Bear, tolerate, and we're gonna be able to tolerate the pain like Yahawashi did. Keep up and maintain. We're going to be able to keep up with the spirit and maintain righteousness when the darkest time is upon us, because the darkness is confusion. You see what I'm saying? And it's going to be confusion in those times to come here soon against. So Lord willing, to be firm, solid, and steadfast. So Lord willing, is edifying. I like to give honor and glory for the praise and worship to our power, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH. Double honors to our apostle, elder, bishop's great millstone. Peace, salutation to the hopeful elect. Until next time, Shalom.